let us look at some applications of matrix multiplication. So first way for us to use the matrix would be in the case of system of equations. So for example, what I mean by that would have been something like this. Let us say if we have 2x plus y minus z equals 7, and then x minus y plus z equals 12, let us say, and then 3y plus 5z equals 13. I just made up these numbers, so quite possible that the values of x, y, z may not be that nice. But matrix would be actually a great way for us to represent the system of equations. Notice we have these coefficients are multiplying x, y, z. So as the second line, so as the third line. Just like multiplication of the matrices. So since all these three rows are multiplying by x, y, z, what we can do is we can express this one as 2, 1, negative 1 is multiplied by x, y, z. So then how we have to line up the x, y, z? In vertical way, x, y, z. So that 2 is multiplied to x, 1 is multiplied by y, and negative 1 is multiplied by z. Then these inner multiplication will get us the left side of the equation. And then that should be equal to 7. My lines have been crooked, but hopefully our mind is not crooked. Now, second line. 1 negative 1 is being multiplied to x, y, z. So we have 1 negative 1 and then 1. When you multiply them, we get 12. Thirdly, we don't have anything for x, so we're going to write down 0. And 3 and 5 is multiplied to x, y, z, hence we get 13. So, as you can see, we can go from the system of equations to matrix multiplication that represents the system of equation. Likewise, if I have matrix multiplication, I can convert that into system of equations as well. So for example, let me try to go for just 2 by 2. So 2, 1, and then negative 1, and then 5. Multiply that by x, y, and then 6, and then negative 2. What if I have something like this? This basically means 2 is multiplied to x, and the 1 is multiplied to y, which will get us 6. So that means 2x plus y should be equal to 6. They're in the same location. First row, first column. That's equal to 6. First row, first column. Second row, first column becomes what? Negative x plus 5y equals negative 2. You see, what's happening now here is that we were able to express the matrix multiplication into the system of equation, whether it be 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. Now, of course, we can go for n by n as well, if you're to expand it. Now, let's try to move on to the next question. So here we have, this is an example from a textbook that I just, copy and pasted here. So basically what they're saying is they have cars produced in each day. These are the three car companies. I mean, I don't have any one of these cars, so I have no idea what those are, but I guess this looks like a European, or I have no idea. But anyways, let us say these are the name of the car brand, and then these are models. Model K, R, and then W. And second one, these are the profit, in fact, by selling each car. In month of January, when you sell one car for Model K, we get $1,000 of profit. And then $2,000 for Model R, and then $1,500 for Model W. Now, what I want to do, this is a corresponding values for in month of February as well. And what I want to figure out is, I want to figure out the profit by selling all these cars, let us say. And how would I be able to do it? Notice that the Model K 12 has to multiply to the 1,000. And next, Model R has to be multiplied by 2,000. You see? And then model W has to be multiplied by the 1,500. But notice that the first matrix has the horizontal, the row of the three values, and then second matrix has the the column. So if you remember earlier, this, even though this is 3 by 3, this one is what? 3 by 2. So we realize that matrix B has to be on the second matrix in terms of multiplication. As you know, multiplication of the matrix is not commutative, so we have to keep the order. So then in order for us to actually figure out the profit by selling all these cars that were produced per day, I guess, profit per day, we're not looking at the entire month, but let us say just profit per day, then what's going to be happening is we just have to multiply. A is multiplied by B. So for example, 12 is multiplied by 1,000. So we get what? 12,000 for the month of January, 12,000 plus 10 is multiplied by 2,000, so we get 20,000. And then 0 is multiplied by 15, so we get 0. So we get total 32,000 per day in the month of January by selling A cars. How about B? B cars would be 4,420. So 4 is multiplied by this one, so we get 4,000. And 4 is multiplied by the second one, we get 8,000. And 20 is multiplied by 1,500. So I believe that it is 30,000. So total we get 42,000. And we can just do exactly, so these three multiplied by this one, and then we get that value. And then same thing, this is for our profit per day in the month of January. When you multiply them to these values, we get to realize the profit per day on the month of February, which we would fill them out over here as well. So as you can see, the matrix can represent the set of data in relation to each other. So these are some practice questions that, especially the word problems, which you can expect from your homework. With that one, I close it for today. I'll see you later.